There's something deeply unsettling about a storm. Not just the thunder that rattles the windows, or the wind that sounds like it's calling your name. It's the rain, relentless, cold, and quiet in its cruelty. Because when the rain starts to fall, some people vanish completely. These aren't just ghost stories. These are real events, ones tied together by the eerie coincidence of sudden storms, lost signals, and people who were never seen again. A solo hiker caught in a flash flood, a family stranded on a back road with no working headlights, a rescue crew that radioed in one last time, and then silence. They all disappeared under heavy skies. No one survived to tell their stories. But the records, the fragments, the voices left behind, they still echo. And tonight, we're going to listen closely, because what they experienced might not just be weather, it might be something else. If you're into unsettling true stories, strange disappearances and eerie mysteries that stick with you long after the rain stops, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who sleeps through thunderstorms. You're not going to want to miss what's coming. Chapter 1. The Vanishing Hiker in the Smokies. It was October. The kind of October that feels more like November. Grey skies, wind that bites through your sleeves, and a heavy silence that hangs in the air. The trees in the Great Smoky Mountains were shedding their colour, fading into a carpet of red and rust along the Appalachian trails. Dylan Carter had hiked these woods before. He was 32, quiet and experienced, a solo backpacker who documented his trails on a modest blog with a small but loyal following. His trip that week wasn't meant to be dangerous. It was just 4 days of solitude, fresh air and photographs. He checked in with a ranger at the Sugarlands Visitor Centre. Clear weather for 2 days, then a chance of light showers. Nothing major. But the weather in the Smokies doesn't always follow predictions. Dylan texted a friend on day 2. Gonna be out of signal soon. Made it to campsite 29. Storms rolling in earlier than forecast. Should be fine. That was the last anyone heard from him. The next day, the storm hit harder than expected. Not just rain, a violent deluge that washed out parts of the trail. Tree limbs cracked under the weight of wind. Campers who'd hunkered down spoke of thunder that didn't rumble, it screamed. By the time search teams began their efforts, nearly 36 hours had passed. Dylan's campsite was found, but something was off. His tent was zipped, dry inside. His backpack was there, untouched. His hiking boots were neatly placed next to the fire ring, which showed signs of being used recently, still damp with soot. But Dylan? Gone. No footprints beyond the camp, no trail markers disturbed, no signs of a struggle. Just absence. Now, people vanish in national parks more often than we like to admit. According to the National Park Service, over 600,000 people go missing in the US every year. Most are found, some aren't. But this one was different. For days, drones scanned the woods. Rescue dogs were flown in. Nothing. Not a scrap of fabric, not a signal ping, not even a broken twig suggesting where Dylan had gone. What puzzled rangers even more, the storm that passed over the area hadn't caused widespread flooding, just intense rain. Other nearby campsites were fine, no washed-out trails, no landslides. The only strange thing was the silence. One volunteer, an ex-military tracker named James, reported something unusual. He said, "It was like everything shut off. No birds, no bugs, no wind. Dead quiet." I've been in combat zones quieter than that. It was like something was watching. and waiting. A few days into the search, Dylan's phone was pinged, just once, from a tower 15 miles away. But this made no sense. That area wasn't accessible on foot unless you crossed a deep ravine with no bridge and thick, unmarked terrain. Rangers searched the vicinity. Again, nothing. So how did his phone get there? And more chillingly, who had it? Some began to whisper the old stories again. The Smokies have a long history of strange disappearances. From the case of Dennis Martin in 1969, a 6-year-old who vanished in plain sight, to tales of strange feral figures seen deep in the park by night hikers. Locals speak of the silence, a part of the woods where no animals go, where compasses don't work. Is it superstition? Maybe, but the fact is people disappear and no one can explain why. In Dylan's case, his body was never recovered. No evidence of animal attack, no signs of foul play. The terrain didn't match the conditions for someone to simply slip and vanish. It's like he walked out of his life and into something else entirely. Some say the rain is just a cover, that something, someone, waits for it. And here's the part that'll give you chills. 6 months later, a trail cam, the kind used to monitor black bears, captured something. Just one frame, a blurry, grainy image of a man. Face half hidden by wet hair, no shoes, shirtless. Walking in the direction of the ravine where Dylan's phone had pinged. The timestamp? Exactly 6 months to the day after Dylan disappeared. Was it him? No one can say. The footage was inconclusive. Facial match failed. But many who saw it swore they felt sick. One ranger said, "It was the eyes. They looked wrong, not like someone lost, like someone who didn't want to be found." Then silence. Rescuers searched for 2 weeks. The vehicle was never found. No tyre tracks, no debris, no signs of flooding beyond normal levels. Locals say that stretch of road, Route 47, has taken people before. A school bus in the 70s, a trucker in 2004. Always during heavy rain, always when alone. Some say the rain on that road isn't weather, it's a threshold, a curtain, and once you pass through it, there's no coming back. Whatever happened that night, the Harper family was swallowed whole. Not a trace left behind, not even a tail light. And just like Dylan, no one survived to tell the story.